Now, uh, this is the fifth video which is related to a small topic that is known as Green Revolution. It is also known as agrarian reforms. It is also known as technical reforms. So in the technical reforms, we have already studied the different components of green revolution, such as high yielding variety of seeds. Next is the uh, fertilizers, pesticides, irrigational facilities, and so on. So in this video, I am going to discuss regarding the uh, different phase, how it was implemented in our country, and what benefits went in the favor of our country. But we have also we also know that where there is benefits, there are some losses are also, that is known as shortcomings of this reforms. Is it clear? So now come to the topic. First, green revolution. So it refers to the large increase in production of food grains by the use of high yielding variety of seeds, regular supply of water, uses of fertilizer and pesticides. So in other words, we can say green revolution is a package which was implemented to improve the agricultural production and productivity. Okay, so there are two distinct phases of green revolution. First phase starts from the mid of 1960 to mid of 1970, means during 10 years. So during this phase, green revolution was restricted largely to wheat and rice growing regions of the country. In other words, we can say in the first phase, the maximum emphasis was given in the production of wheat and rice, and only few states were selected, such as Punjab, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, UP. That was the three main states, but I have taken here two states also, that is Uttar Pradesh and Haryana. In the second phase, it was started from the mid 1970 to mid 1980s. So in this period, or during this period, or during of 10 years, we can say technology and high yielding variety of seeds was spread to large number of states and benefited more variety of crops. Is it clear? Now, so overall conclusion is that within the two phases, the green revolution was implemented in our country. So after the implementation, what achievements of green revolutions we have noticed? So first, that is the commercialization of agriculture. So what it indicates? It indicates that previously our farmers were doing the farm only for survival of their life. That is known as subsistence farming. But due to the implementations of these technical reforms, the farmer started to change the pattern of growing crops, and that is known as commercialization of agriculture. So green revolution resulted in marketable surplus. Marketable surplus means more production was done only to sell in the market. So it means agriculture produce which is sold in the market by the farmers after fulfilling their own consumption requirements. It helped to control the price of food grains. Even the low income groups were also capable to spend large percentage of income on food. Government also procure sufficient amount of food grains to build a stock. So here three important things we have noticed: that due to the commercialization of agriculture, the market was flooded with different crops. Second, it reduced the price of the products. And third, the government was also capable to make the buffer stocks. Now come to the second point, that is the increase in production and productivity. So production increased in multiple, which helped the country in recovering from regular food shortage. So previously our country was facing the problem of food scarcity, but due to increase in productivity, now we are capable to solve our problem, and that is known as regular food supply. Now come to the next point. So next point is the increase in employment. It helped to use labor in an effective way. Farmers shifted from subsistence farming to commercial farming. As a result, more labor forces was implemented in the agricultural sectors. So the unemployment, it helped to reduce the unemployment. Third, next point is the increase in income. As we know that the production started as a large scale, due to that surplus production forms helped to increase the income continuously. Benefits of increase in income were enjoyed by the farmers of few states like Punjab, Tamil Nadu, Haryana and Uttar Pradesh. So here it is told that the production increased in the multiple, due to that the income of the farmers also increased at a faster rate and they enjoyed their life. Now come to the self-sufficiency in food grains. We have already discussed. India has started maintaining buffer stocks of food grains. Now India no more was dependent on foreign countries, or there was no shortage of food materials. Now come to the industrial development. This is the most important chapter. How the agriculture helped in the development of industries. So as we know that due to the Green Revolution, many industries were started in our country to fulfill the demand of agriculture, such as chemical, fertilizer, pesticides, machineries and etc. So these companies were set up by the private sectors and the government sectors, and due to that the industrial revolutions also occurred in our country due to the development of Green Revolution. But here we also find that there are some shortcomings of Green Revolution. We have already discussed about the benefits. So now come to the shortcomings or the problems. First, limited crops. Due to Green Revolution, the production of food grains such as wheat, rice has increased with a rapid speed, but no similar rise in the production of pulses and commercial crops such as jute, cotton, tea, etc. So in a simple words, we can say that the Green Revolution occurred only two crops. One was the wheat and other was rice. But in other crops it was not it was implemented, but didn't show the output in compared to wheat and rice. Now come to the increase in the disparity between the small and big farmers. As we know that in the village there are four kinds of farmers: landless, average, marginal, landlords. Is it clear? So these farmers are divided into two groups. One is the small and other is big. So most of the benefits of Green Revolution was in the favor of big farmers, because Green revolution requires huge inputs, and these inputs will only be utilized by the big farmers because they had the surplus amount. The rich farmer earned more revenues as compared to poor farmers. Poor farmers were lacking of funds and they were not capable to utilize the inputs. Now come to the next point, risk of pest or vermin attack. Vermin means insecticides, sorry, not insecticides, insects attack. Okay, so as we know that the farmers are started to implement high yielding variety of crops, but these crops were more prone to attack by pests. Here, small farmers always suffered because they have no inputs to control it. Now, next is the regional imbalance. Effect of Green Revolution has been only in the Punjab, Haryana, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh and Andhra Pradesh. But the other states also adopted the same procedure. But no outcome was noticed. So it created the regional inequalities. Some states become more rich or comfort, whereas the other states are still facing the problem of food grains and other agricultural products. So in this way we find that the green revolution is a boon for our country, but at some extent there are some also drawbacks of the green revolution, but we should always ignore the drawbacks because it solved our problems which were being faced continuously for so many years. Is it clear? Thank you.